Hey, so if you hear some background noise, it's my son's summer vacation. It started officially as soon as his little graduation ceremony ended. So this is going to be a while for the summer. So if you have kids, expect background noises. I accept it, though I still feel like I have to apologize because not a lot of people like kids, as if they came out of the womb a full-fledged, all-knowing adult, which doesn't make sense. So I'm like, hey, lay off the kids, okay? They can be bratty, they can be annoying, but we were once bratty and annoying too. Who are we to judge? So anyway, aside from that, another apology for doing this late. I was running around the city back and forth doing errands, and then I had to get things ready for some of the teachers as a thank you gift. And then I also had to do the graduation ceremony. I just had to participate in just showing up and just seeing how the teacher is going, because she had like a brief absence and then came back for the last day. So yeah, it was all good, it was all great, and I'm just glad everything turned out well. Then I got home and I passed out. Yeah, that does that. And that's just one kid. So for those who have more than one kid, I don't know how you do it. Okay. So let's get on with what I was showing on the thumbnail. Daiso Japan, you are making me an official card addict because, well, I'm not going to really do anything, but this does give some potential. I'm not doing this in multiple takes. So yes, they have a buttload of cards in various ridiculously cute shapes and sizes, and they can be round cards. They can have little pictures on them. This will be kind of challenging. Like, how am I going to draw this? But I know a way anyway. They have these little simplified cards where they have two little things printed, which I think is always freakishly cute. They also have stickers, but you can like write things on them, if you can see up there, like examples. But I'm not going to write because I suck at writing. I'm going to draw on them instead and put them as stickers. So these can be like, oh, help me, camera. Let's cooperate together, please. I'm going to try to do these different things because I saw them at Daiso, the bigger Daiso in Japantown yesterday during my errand run. Yes, I get distracted, as you can see here. And so I will have a lot of fun working with these. And I love the fact that you can stick these on anywhere. But if you change your mind, well, that's on you. Then I also saw some postcards. Oh my gosh, I am a sucker for cherry blossom everything. And they have a whole cherry blossom section. And y'all left. I knew it. So I would like to do something with these cards, maybe for my very few well-deserving, amazing friends. By all means, I may consider doing this, even though this is like a seasonal thing in the springtime. But hey, if you enjoy it that much, it can be all 4 seasons. Who gives a crap, you know? And then they also had like a message flake sticker as a photo style. And yes, that's the person I was referring to who's sick. He's trying his best. But I think after he doesn't go to school for a while, he should be recovering. He's a lot better than the past handfuls of days last week, especially. So yeah, while I also want to work on cards, I saw these stickers with larger surface areas, slightly larger, that I may experiment on, which sounds fun for me. Instead of going to a bar, club, talking shit about other people. Don't get me wrong, I can do that, pretty funny, but it doesn't bring joy in my life to talk smack about other people. It sounds a little funny, but not enough for me to be like, yeah, this is my personality, this is my brand, if I dare may say. No, I don't give a shit about that. I got better things to do, you know? And this one, I like that there's some like gold trim little things here, but it's a little bit, it's just okay, but I figured let's try and see what happens from there. And as you can see in the examples, these are like message cards sort of things, but there's a message sticker and you can write little things on there. So yeah, this is a lot to process. especially right when I bought these, my delivery from Amazon showed up. Well, I opened the original packaging and packed them away in this box. Again, a Daiso purchase, the box itself. But I bought I'm not taking all of them out. Oh, maybe I should, I don't know. I have an idea for these white cards. I will not say what they are, but they are ideas. And I bought an extra batch. Like I mentioned, I bought over 400 cards. I wish I was joking. Each pack is 100, okay? And then I saw a whole bunch of colors, blue included. There was like that paper bag. It gives it that old, what is that? That handmade with love sort of aesthetic. And they had black cards. Now this one, I am a little curious, but also, low-key petrified on trying these. Just because, I mean, how will I see I can see the pencil art with lighting and certain angles, but then how will I achieve this? Well, I don't know yet. So I'm going to do a few test runs on these, and this will be saved for a special project idea I have in mind. And overall, I feel like I am the slave to cards. I am the queen of cards. Why does that sound like, is that a Final Fantasy VIII thing? That might be, but I'm not that kind of jerk. I just like to make the cards. I don't want to play the cards. Well, that would be kind of interesting to make those I'm not that creative to go as far as to make my own game, okay? I don't like games that much. But this would be something to consider in the very near future. And also, this is not related, but I had to buy some Umaibo when I was at the market as well. However, their prices jumped up from $4.99. This was before COVID to $7.69. So I was like, what, why? Are you gonna add more to the pack? No, they didn't add extra. That should get another 10, if not 15 more. And no, it's the same amount, but it's still a lot. Just why is everything so damn expensive? So who's bothering me? Oh, no one. So anyway, what am I going to make today? I can do the usual works in progress cards. I don't know. I think because I didn't really draw yesterday, I'm already lagging and behind. So let's test one of these cards. I don't know. I can do, you know what? Wait, are these stickers? Yes, these are stickers. Oh, no. This is message card stickers. Okay, yeah. So let's try a message card sticker because packaging blows. I can't use that. And I want to use one of these kitties because I never had a kitty card. I hope that's not slang for anything. Oh, so cute. Oh, little paws. Oh, this also has some little gold little accents to it. Very cute. Camera, let's cooperate together, please. Okay, so yeah. Aw. Okay, so I have this one. And then, unfortunately, I may only be able to do pencil work. I know I can go longer since it's summer vacation now, but I don't know. I don't want to be overkill for you guys. So, let's try a challenging one. Let's do this. I'm going to regret it, but let's try it anyway. I'll get as far as pencils, but let's see how much the quality is pretty good. It's quite thick. It's not like the cheaper ones where they're a little bit thinner than usual, but oh gosh. And this one also has packaging, but it's more sturdy than that last one just now. So I may actually keep it. You hoarder. Okay. So, and then the last one I will try. I already did one of these. Stickers. No. I think just these two for now are the best ones I can think of. The rest I will resume my card art works in progress so I don't go overkill. Oh, yes. We have the lovely background noise. If you get your sandwich. Your sandwich is by your leg. Don't leave that there. Things I gotta do as a parent. And I left a brush. Okay. Painting assistants, I implore you, stay there. So, What am I going to paint? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. So let's kill some time with doing a base coat of something because I don't know what to paint right now. I do have a lot of references, so I may go with that, but they're totally random. So what I figured with this kind, unfortunately, is to do something like this. So I have something going on here, and I don't have the plaid going down. Also, again, for those who just showed up, I'm sorry I'm late today. I was running around doing errands, and it was my son's first ever graduation ceremony. So I had to show up early to stick around for that and give presents to the teachers to thank them for all of their help. It's not a bribery, it's a thank you. And then also, I'm sorry I had to do that. Right afterwards, I was so tired, I passed out. And then I woke up and I was in a daze, then caught up on this manga story that I've been meaning to finish, but I never got around to it since it's those kinds of manga adaptations that turned into an anime and they never finished with that story, you know? It's called Princess Jellyfish or Kurage Hime, and that one was an interesting story, but it gets a little exaggerated, of course. However, you know, just it doesn't have to be a freaking masterpiece of masterpieces, the timeless classic of our time. It's just a story, and they told an interesting one. And so I also found out afterwards about some extra characters, more exposition, more origin stories, if you may. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's what happened. All right. The anime didn't talk about that because they didn't have enough time or money to finish the series. I don't know. But the series already completed, so I'm even thinking about buying it. But I'm thinking because the okay, yes, thank you for letting me know. So yeah, oh, this is gonna take a while to dry. So yes, I may do more fan art of Princess Jellyfish just because I have a deep respect for Mayaya. She's funny, and she's so she can be a bit childish, and by a bit I mean she is over the top. She talks in weird voices. She dramatizes very menial tasks, but it's pretty funny how she does that because I do that sometimes. And so I may do some fan art of her as well as Chieko, I think her name is. What's his name? I forgot his name, but the older brother of one of those people in the campaign where he has his weird childish dream segments. Those are kind of funny, so I may consider those too. So yeah, I have many ideas of fan arts aplenty because I just love them all and I feel like they need more fan art. And if no one else is going to do it, I might as well do it. Someone's got to step up at some point. Of course, I know there are people way better than me that can do the fan art. I've seen proof of it whenever I see those booths outside of Japantown or local cons or festivals where they have a whole bunch of fan art from the famous mainstream media, usually Street Fighter, video games, anime, those anime girls with their bazongas popping out of their schoolgirl outfits most of the time. So yeah, I am just going to do the fan art of characters that I feel like deserve a bit more love and attention. And why is this taking so long? Okay, so I want to keep the border. I don't want to just totally paint over it unless I have to, and I don't want to do that. And so I can stretch out the border a little bit wider. No, not wider, a little bit thinner, just so I have more of a surface area to draw over. The only problem is this is a bit risky because I am not good at drawing with paint brushes. And if I use the acrylic paint pens, that tends to mess up the nibs and regular micron pens as well. So I always have a buttload of micron pens. They're not all the typical main brand Sakura, I think it was, the microns, but I do have knockoffs. I don't feel as bad, but so it stands on its own pretty well, so I don't mind as much. And they're mostly bought on Amazon or eBay if I find some decent ones for some whatever reason. The only downside about eBay is they don't have much reviews, so you cannot fully determine that the quality is good. But at least Amazon does. But sometimes reviews can also be bought and paid for, so you don't totally know as well. You're kind of taking a shot in the dark with these purchases. You can also do reviews online, checkouts. They may have them on Reel Shorts as well as YouTube videos that they make reviews about certain projects, art projects. I'm sorry, art supplies. My brain, I swear. I'm still loopy from yesterday. But yes, I could do that too, but I feel like those are a bit too long. So a quick browse of reviews always tends to help me out most of the time. But like I mentioned, it does not always pan out. Some people may get good things. Some people go and look into the packaging and find only one damn acrylic paint pen in the damn box, which literally did happen to me a few weeks ago. Irritating as all hell. Okay. For now, let's just leave this alone. I know it's not perfect, but let's just let it dry first. Now this one, good question. So this is a sticker. I see the backing on here. I can draw little kitties. Kitties on a kitty would be really cute, but I want to draw them like little jelly beans, like it's babies. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be something. Okay then, so let's get this done and over with. It would be good to do the little toe beans, but they already have them on the embossing, as you can see here. In one of my card arts, I don't think I posted on YouTube yet. I post mostly on Instagram. I have been drawing these tapioca pearls from Sumiko Gurashi, this other brand from Sanex, a Japanese little mascots of their boba shapes, little bobas with little faces and nubby arms and legs. I just find that design horrendously cute, even though it's super simple. I don't know how Japan does it, but they always have these ridiculously super and really weird characters, but they are still endearing and quite adorable. I don't know how they do it, but they just do. And I don't really see us here in the US even thinking that far to having boba as characters. I see like boba drinks with a typical kawaii face like several years ago, I think maybe 10 years ago from the get-go. But then Japan takes it a whole other level. Like they have certain food pieces on it, like the tapioca pearls, a slice of a fish, a crumb from a piece of pork cutlet. Like, how do you come up with that stuff? That's so, how? But yes, I do admire their creativity and Japan thinking outside of the box in terms of crafts and craft supplies. I would love to go visit their art supply stores. I know I don't think I can take all of them home with me because I know some of them may be like considered sharp objects, weapons of mass destruction, like a small pair of little clippers to cut papers a certain way. Like, oh my God. But or liquids. I cannot bring certain liquids unless it's a really small amount and it's not like a threat to society. I don't know. But then some things like pencils, pens, colored pencils, markers of sorts, I would love to take home with me. As for Copics, as much as that would be interesting, I do have a few, but they're probably like dried up by now. Oh my goodness gracious. But for me to start collecting Copics, I probably have to involve loan sharks to get that kind of money. So I'm like, no, okay, you know what? Forget it. So, all right. So we have little bean babies. Now let's add little appendages. this is going to be kind of rough since they're super tiny. Let's just do the easy parts first. How's your guys' month going so far? I know it's just started to be June like 5 days ago, but how's it been going? Can you believe that half the year is practically gone now? I can't believe it either. It just was such a huge whirlwind. I am glad that there is finally vacation. There is finally a time for me to somewhat breathe a bit more. I don't have to worry too much about dealing with homework because my kid's homework is my homework. I don't mean that I do his homework, but I have to teach him how to get things done. And then they have like their own version of math. And I was like, I thought there's just the basics. No, there's another way of talking about math that I don't want to be reminded of. But yeah, it's pretty intense how things have changed since when I was in school, long, long ago in a galaxy far away. And what else can I talk about? Oh, yesterday. Maybe I could talk about it and I won't disclose her identity, which would be great. So I had to do an appointment and drop off some paperwork, and I met the clerk lady at the front desk, the correct office to hand over my paperwork. And I noticed that she had some figurines from Moana on her desk, and it's a glass see-through wall thingy, I guess, to prevent COVID. I totally get that. But then I was handing in the paperwork and I was like, oh, I like your figurines. He's like, oh, thank you. They make me so happy. And I was like, oh, right. And then I remembered, oh, isn't there like a Moana 2 coming out? I'm like, yeah, there is, but there's kind of like mixed feelings with it. And I'm like, I know, right? So because we were like talking about like, oh, so what happens after Moana? So they now that they know how to, they are reclaiming their heritage of being sailors and sailing into open waters. What happens then? Do they have to travel and encounter, dare I say, white people? and then they're like, didn't they bring them the plague or something? And did they require assistance, like in the need for hospitals? And then I looked at her just point blank, is this propaganda for hospitals? Sorry, I laughed, like, you're so crazy. And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, I was just familiar about that stuff because my oldest brother, he does Hawaiian dancing, and he does. And so we were like, oh, she's like, oh, really? Which troop was it? And I mentioned his instructors. Well, I couldn't pronounce his last name to save my life. It's a Hawaiian name, but I think they're cool. It's just I can't pronounce them. I'm so sorry. But she's like, oh, I know him. I've seen his shows. He's really cool. And then we were talking about, oh, yeah. She's like talking about the Flash shows where he would bring his troops into, I don't mean military troops. I mean a dance group into like an open setting, like a gas station or a park or somewhere on like a not busy street that will stop traffic. But maybe they also want to stop traffic. I don't know. I have mixed feelings as well. But then they would stop in the middle of wherever setting and start dancing their Hawaiian dances or their really, really energetic dance performances. And they look like a lot of fun. I saw a few. My brother participated in several of those. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so freaking cool. But for them, let's say I wanted to embarrass myself while in the process of embarrassing myself. So dance performer to save my life, because fun fact, my older brother encouraged me. Our teacher was he was a bit vocal today. I'll just say that much. I don't want to disclose too much, but then that kind of made me nervous because I don't want to get reprimanded in front of a whole bunch of classmates or other people dancing. I am quite the introvert, and I probably take it to heart 5,000 times way worse than an average person. So I don't want to be at that part And then there are some other reasons I don't want to disclose here as to why I didn't want to partake in the dance. So I had to politely decline, unfortunately. So yeah, she also expressed like, yeah, I don't think I can handle that kind of pressure. So we're like, oh, so we might have dodged a bullet. Unfortunately, it's not a bad bullet handle in the long run, and so we deeply appreciate those who could, because plus they have to learn another language. So if you Hawaiian dances more, there's so much going on. Like they're moving several parts of the body and they're smiling. And I'm not a smiler. And you have to learn another language to sing it. What the heck you're talking about? So I was like, oh my gosh. And so I tried a little to help do like some kind of small little presentation performance with my oldest brother and my third sister at like one of my dad's veterinary seminars, where they invite a whole bunch of families together, and we may have like a dance performance at the beginning prior to a ballroom dancing. And so I think originally we had ideas to do that, but then we almost didn't go because of more personal reasons, but then we ended up going anyway. And then yeah, I did not do the dances enough. We didn't have enough practice, but my older siblings did. So they excused me. I got to sit on the floor and just do the hand movements, which I was perfectly fine with. So I was like, oh, cool. I get to just sit down and not shake my hips or whatever, you know? And whew, yeah. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. Can you wait 1 second? I have to help out my son with something very important. I'm so sorry. Be right back. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Why am I full of apologies? Okay, no one was here, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. All right. So, close the door now. Goodness gracious. So, because of these of the summer vacation, there's going to be a bunch of that happening where I have to get up and help out my family / my little guest speaker. So this is what I have so far. Not the best, but they look like little beans sleeping on their little mama. Very cute. But because they have such light colors, I have to figure something out with this. I can do consistent meh colors, or I can do colorful ones, but since I want them to stand out, I may do like little pastel colored beans, or I can do something with this. Okay, so I need to think a little bit more. This should have dried by now. Yes, good. Oh my gosh, camera, are we going to focus today? Come on, why is everything trying to irritate me? Come on. Thank you. So yeah, the Hawaiian dance sort of thing. While I have minimal of the minimal experience, it just pales to comparison to actual professional dancers, my brother included. And so I have a lot of fun watching the male dancers. Not like, oh, it's so sexy and all that stuff. No, it's not so much that. Like they have a lot of like really cool, powerful dance moves that they're more aggressive looking, whereas the women, they may have a few in terms of like chants that are a little bit powerful sounding, which is true. But then I think they seem to be more designated to be more flowy and to be more graceful. And while they are interesting, because it's like nice and calming, like ocean waves, it kind of makes me sleepy. I don't mean like in a bored sense. It's just, oh, this is nice. And then the theater is darkened, so you can see the lighting, but it's still like a bit dark. So I get kind of sleepy, like, oh, and it's a nighttime performance. So oh, I'm kind of sleepy. But I have to jolt myself awake. I don't want to be noisy when I'm sleeping. So yes, what the heck do I draw in this one? That's a good question. Let's see. I could draw my fan art, but I don't want to. Usually, if I'm testing things, I try not to. Oh, there's a little cat. Ah, I should have drawn a cat there, but let's. You want to see? Cute baby. So yes, I'll zero view. I'm well aware. I have to see if I can draw. Yeah, I try my best to keep things a little simple, but if it's something worth drawing as well, I also want to do that. Oh, okay. So I was planning to do something like this. I had a similar card I mentioned before where they had this plaid design, and then I was like, how the hell do I fix that? And so I remembered, oh, I could just put like a base coat on top and then I could draw on top of it. But in terms of pencil, that's not the problem. The problem is the pens or the paint or paint markers I have to consider, because I am not the best at doing that, line art in paint. I know there are people like, oh, you should just do that, but I don't want to. I just do it my own way. If it's easier, I don't mind. If it's more difficult, I'll figure something out, which is 100% of what I usually do. Okay, so here, maybe eyes around here. Oh, and then yesterday, after the dropping off of the paperwork, I then went to Japantown finally, just because I wanted to. Well, originally I was looking for gift bags to give gifts to my son's teachers as a thank you for their patience and understanding, helping out with the students and my son. And so I had to look for gift wrapping paper, though it's super girly, and I kind of felt bad because one is the main teacher is a female, the other one is a male. So I was like, oh. But when they have more neutral tones, it's always like paper bag, brown, gray, navy blue. I was like, man, that's so what not fun. Guys can enjoy colorful paper wrap too. There's nothing weird about that. So I got 2 sets of purple cherry blossom motif gift bags, and I thought they were pretty. And it's not so much that, it's the stuff inside that counts. I never saw their reaction to what I painted them, and I kind of just want to leave it at that. I get really embarrassed as I got older when giving my arts or crafts to people and they really like it, I just get so embarrassed now. I used to be a little bit like, okay, I done a thing and I hope they like it. And online I'm like that, but then in real life is a whole other story. Or like, this is the first time I've given you a gift before, even if it is online. And then I don't know how to gauge your reaction. And so if it's like a really positive one, I get especially embarrassed. I know this is just me not being very receptive well with praise and compliments, because I rarely ever get that kind of stuff unless it's work, my drawings related in terms of my appearance, which you haven't seen on YouTube. But if you're curious, tired and frazzled. But yes, I do show my face on there, and then not a lot, but I do. Whereas here, I feel like I don't have to. The last thing I need right now is a bunch of people like, get her, she has propaganda again. And I'm like, oh my God, because like I mentioned before, people had tried to report and block me. Well, they block me and then they report me. Like, I'm not forcing you to watch this stuff, okay? Like, just a weekly disclaimer: you're not obligated to watch my things. And if you're blaming, you go yell at YouTube or stop looking at things that are related to this stuff. But I can't force you to do that. That's your own choice. And so if you happen to get that, you don't have to watch it. I'm not forcing you to go watch my stuff. I'm not like that. But like art stuff, I don't mind. That's a whole other ballpark. I wouldn't mind if you watch my stuff, but then I just get really weird responses sometimes. But once in a while, I did get good compliments, which I appreciate. Bless you over there. Oh, those little schnookums. Trying to get out of the little bed. They're too sleepy. Cute. There's a little pink bed behind. Okay, so this is quite rough, but I have something down. It looks like a bear that's cross-eyed, but I'm pretty sure it's a little baby cat. Oh, it says for you. Oh, I wasn't reading the captions on the bottom sometimes. I just assumed, oh, words, all right. And then now I looked at it. Okay, very cute. So now I gotta figure out how the heck do I get this down. And usually, you know what? Let's try ballpoint pen just to see how that works. I used it maybe once or twice, but not too much. But I'm not necessarily going to use this as like line art because it's too fluffy. But I need some kind of base lines just so I know what the heck I'm painting and where I'm painting, and it's not too big of a thing. Oh, there's little ears. Oh my gosh, that's too cute. So yeah, at Japantown, I forgot what order of places I went to, but I went to Daiso for sure. Just to get, I think I went there first to get it out of the way, which I regret because I ended up buying a lot of stuff yet again. And that's why I had like a buttload of cards. However, I had to resist buying more things. So I had to avoid certain aisles. So I don't like, oh, I got to get that. I got to get that. However, it already beat me too late due to getting cherry blossom things, card things. I was looking for replacement little canvases that I used for the paintings I made for the teachers. I only made 2 paintings, and then the other volunteer teachers later on, I don't have enough time to make of them, so I just gave them snacks, if that's okay. And they were from like the little sweets here and there, and I gave them like cherry flavored cream cookies, wafer cookies, and yeah, I got those for them. And then macarons from, don't tell me how to say macarons in French because I'm not French, all right? So I'm gonna call them that butchered American pronunciation. I got them at the where the heck did I get them? I got them from also from the supermarket. Okay, so first I went to the supermarket, then I went to Daiso. Then I went around to other places, but they were still kind of closed. So I didn't really hang around too long, kind of, sort of. I went to the blind box shop. Oh my God. I bought 2 things. I was planning on doing a blind box opening, but nah, I kind of regret buying this. Oh, it has a butt, but it's not very good. What's going on here? But yeah, I got one of these to see what's up. It does have like a very sturdy quality. It is a bit heavy, so I do like that it doesn't feel cheap, and it was not cheap. However, I did not like this style of pig in contrast to, say, hold on. Where is you? Can you see the difference why I rather favor this pig over this? This is even flocked. It's chubby little cheeks. It has some definition, even if it is minimal, but I like this style better than this one because it just seems like a ball with nubby appendages. Closed. It didn't open till noon, so I could not hang around too long due to me having to go all the way back to the other side of the city to drop off my things, eat a bit of lunch, which was only 5 minutes worth of lunch, and then I had to go to my kid's graduation ceremony thingy. So yeah, I had to compromise, and I figured maybe later this week I can come back again. However, every time I go to Japantown lately, I buy way too much and I spend way too much on craft supplies and things I probably don't need, but I might not need them today, but I may use them several years down the line. That's not a good excuse, but that's what I've been doing this whole time. Okay, so now it's slowly coming together. I know I could just do those cartoony things everyone else done to get a whole bunch of views, and I know I have been whining about not getting enough views and traction and likes and follows on my end, and yes, I know. At the same time, though, it's not too bad to have that sort of thing where I'm not popular. I'm kind of okay with it in terms of I don't have to worry about people trying to steal my stuff, because usually the more popular you get, the more likely people want to steal your things and copy from you. Or they steal things and they take it into their online shop and try to take your patterns because you're like a nobody in the mainstream media. So they won't notice. And when they do notice, they try to backpedal or double down on the reasoning why they stole their work. Or there's like almost virtually no customer service to report this sort of thing. And so it's really stressful in terms of being more famous and finding out that, oh, this person makes art, let's steal it. So that's why I've already had this mindset in the back of my mind, like, if I make original stuff and post it online, some moron's going to try to steal it and get more money from me. It's one thing if you're stealing, but if you're making more bank than I am, the original artist, I'd be pissed as all hell. That's why I resorted to just copying and just attracting just fan art related things just for the fun of it. I like challenging myself with drawing new things that's already been done apparently, but new things for me that I never drawn before. So that's my excuse. But at the same time, I'm having fun. So I think that is one of the main key things, is you actually like what you're doing. And it sounds so cliche. It sounds so, oh yeah, I know that. But to actually execute that properly, it's not as easy as it sounds, as it sounds, because like I mentioned, when you are a part of the social media apps, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Buttbook, some other art sites or what have you, and you're competing with a whole bunch of other people who are most definitely way better than you and have much better reach, or they paid for their reaches. You can do that now. And it's very frustrating, very disheartening, soul crushing, if I dare may say so. And then you also have people who try to stalk you because, oh, this artist is quite attractive. Maybe I should, throw in some pictures, So yeah, so I don't mind too much if I am a lot less popular, but I also need to realize that maybe I should change up my methods of reaching out to other people, or my work reaching out to other people. Um, I do have ideas, but I don't know enough people that may want to help out, or they have lives and I don't want to pester and bother them. So I also need to make friends better in terms of like, oh, I can do collabs with you, but I also don't want to not so much latch on, but then start trusting a new person. And then turns out they're total flakes. They realize, oh, I'm a lot better at drawing than you are. Why should I waste my time on you? But at the same time, you also have to take risks. That's the whole part of this whole, I don't want to say game, but this whole spiel on trying to garner more attraction online. It's not like I don't know these things. It's just it takes a lot more work and a bit of luck and timing to get things out there. Oh, so cute. I look sleepy. Come on, camera, work with me. Oh, okay. So, all right, ballpoint pen is not so bad. Now this one's going to be a little bit troublesome. Oh, I do have more paint pens, so let me try. This one I'm not sure. They're kind of too big. Let's try these. And it does suit the aesthetic of pastel, and I don't know which one to do. Okay. And I also need to test them out anyway, make sure they work. And if you're not sure, always have some paper. Oh, wait. This looks like neon. Does this look like neon orange? It's like a very faded neon. I don't like this color. Oh, shit. It's too neon orange. I know it's not, but on the camera it does. So it's like, oh, much disappointment. Let's try this. Oh my God, I don't like this system either. It's paper F off. Okay, so I will have to try something that's clear. I don't want to use document paper. That's kind of much. Oh, okay. I have something. Why is there a hair? This one is a little better. I don't know if you can tell, but okay, it's not as bright. And thank you for sticking around, by the way. I'm sorry I'm picking on you, but thank you. Okay, so this is good. There's going to be some gray. I'll accept it. And I'm going to forget the faces, but again, it's fine. Probably. So now recently in art land news, there is now a push and pull with that new art app called Kara. I'm going to keep calling it Kara because I don't know anymore. They are still in the process of trying to get their servers working more properly to accept more new people registering into their app. And now people are still voicing their opinions about whether or not Kara is the next best thing for artists. I think the appeal is due to them not allowing anything AI into the system, which I think is pretty good. That betrayed us, and things stay free by not making them free and adding that weird app, those new ads now I heard about, and it's very toxic, and it's like TikTok again, because now they have reels and this and that, and anyone who agrees with their to boycott Instagram and not using it. Then there are other people, like I've had this for a long time, like almost 10 years, and I don't want to throw all that work away, because I'd also throw away my community that I built up, my customers, my clientele, my my friends that I've gathered all there. Like, why would I destroy all that just to go to another app that does not have a very sturdy establishment. You know, there's not a trustworthy base just yet. It was just made some while, like maybe as far back as maybe last year. And so some people are hesitant on wanting to join Kara because it's still too early. It's still too early to get all the bugs out and all that stuff. So I understand their hesitation because I'm like that too. Like, I don't even have that much of a base. And there's also people complaining like, oh, I don't, can't you see this as a blessing that you don't have to be popular? It can be 50. It can be 100 likes to 300 likes. It doesn't make any difference. And I'm like, who is you talking about? Who is you talking about? Who gets 100 likes? That is a small creator. I don't even get 5 on a good, on a piece of work that I thought was pretty damn decent, okay? Or maybe I do get 5, but I could never really surpass into 10 or 20 something unless I get a lucky strike. And I mean totally random lucky. I wasn't even thinking about it. I didn't care. And I lucked out. I would then garner that amount of attention. That's not what I want, okay? Just to get random lucky strikes. I would like to have consistency. However, you know, because I am I'm not even small creator. I am tiny, microscopic creator. I don't have the luxury of even saying I only have 100 likes and I feel like I'm invisible. I'm like, if you're invisible, I'm non-existent then. So I'm like, shut up, man. What are you bitching about? At least you have 100 or even 50. I don't even have 50 likes. That's super rare for me. I'm lucky enough to even get 2 likes. And those are from my friends. Thank you so much, okay? I always appreciate it. For those who actually like my stuff and are my friends. Blind-wise, like totally new people. It's That's how bad it is. But I know, I am well aware that what I like doesn't mean everyone else is going to like it. I'm well aware of that. And a lot of the things I do like, not a lot of people pay attention to, which I feel like is total BS. People should pay attention to more things like minor characters or certain things that seem to be lost in time. But it's not really lost in time. They were popular for a time, just not now. But I feel like we should bring some back. But I don't mean live action Disney garbage movies. I mean just art appreciation a little bit of love once in a while. And then if you like them a bit more, keep making more of it. However, I feel as though people don't want to settle for that. They want things now. They only go to things that people are most familiar with. Did I mention what kind? Batman, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. And they pronounce it Naruto, you know. What else do they like? I'm trying to remember from the top of my head. Hatsune Miku, she's always a keeper. Things from like Street Fighter, things from like mainstream video games. I'm trying to remember what else, but a whole bunch of things that are popular. Oh, Super Mario Brothers. Did I mention that? I probably did, but maybe different variations like Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, which is so weird. Princess Peach, that other princess, and there's another princess, and then an older lady that Mario dated or something. It was so weird. Toadstool. Oh, Princess Toadstool. And then, yeah, it's crazy. There's a whole bunch of things out there. But everyone and their grandmama has been doing, and I don't feel like I have anything worth contributing. And so it's like, what's the point of me doing that? Unless I really like what I'm painting. Actually, I did draw Super Mario things, but I did that Koopa Jr. baby. He's so cute. I like his big cheeks. He has that little devilish smile like he's going to start something, and he already did like 2 years ago. He kind of reminds me of my son. But he's so cute. So I don't mind too much. Or I also consider drawing those Shy Guys. I like those. No, for whatever reasons, and I never played that damn game involving said character, but I find reasons to like you. I will still make fan art on those minimal terms. I don't have to be a super fan. I don't have to know the exact freaking lore in its entirety to have to make fan art. You don't have to do that. But at the same time, it's kind of rare. Not or I'm getting paid. Those are my usual exceptions, I guess. What else can I put on here? Oh, we can put another brown. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. But what else is there? Oh, maybe this one? Let's do this one. Ah! Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I did that already. What am I doing? What's wrong with my brain? Excuse me. Oh, it's 56 minutes. Oh, I was yammering away. So yeah, with the art community, I'm not even in a community. I used to be once upon a time in the Deviant Art land, and I miss that. But I feel like I can't find that in Deviant Art today. It's so different now, and there's no way I will get any attention from there. Though I did get a few likes and faves on there. Don't get me wrong. I do appreciate those regardless. Just that whole subscription thing to protect your art from art theft. That's very shifty as all hell. And so I don't like having to be shoved all the way in the back when all the people that are super popular get all the way in the front, and they don't give other creators a chance to have their work exposed alongside the very popular people. I think that's what DeviantArt did for a time, which I do enjoy and did enjoy, but I'm not sure about now. I didn't hang around there long enough to find out. So, yes, he found lots of eggs. He has a thing for egg hunts now. And so that's why I just settled, like, maybe if I can't have art friends, I can just have regular friends, and they have their own interests and quirks and all this cool stuff. And I don't have to always, like, you have to be an artist to be my friend. You know, I don't like that boundary, because I feel like with my circumstances, it's so rare to find that. And people I do know that are artists, they have their heads stuck up so far up their asses. Not all of you guys, y'all are some cool people, but there are some, you know, the type of artists that they just have this persona of I am above it all and I can create worlds that you cannot in this entire lifetime, you know. They have that weird mindset, and I find that so odd and creepy and scary, and I don't know how to react, especially if I encountered such a person. And I just be like, I eat food sometimes. You know, that's how stupid I am. So it's so weird when I don't even admit that I'm an artist to most people. I don't even consider myself an artist. I just think I'm more of a hobbyist. I dabble in different things. Artist, I think there's more subcategories. Hey, not too noisy, please. Okay, go to further away, and then don't just jangle along in that bag. I know how you are. Sorry, my kid has a habit of smashing things together if I don't stop him, as you can hear, and it gets much louder than that. So that's why I have to, like, hey, hold on. Thank you, but still don't smash things together, all right? Okay, I gotta get something for a bit, and I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm missing a cone. I can't find any. I think I put it in the back somewhere. Sorry. I thought I had it in the back, because sometimes I have paints. I have paints in the off camera, but sometimes I can't find it. I thought I had, like, I don't like this pink. I thought I had a more dull. Oh, found it. I thought this pink would be. Oh wait, maybe this one would be good. I can try that. If that doesn't work, I may have to use this. But this one's kind of dry. Okay, so yeah, our community. I ever since DA kind of went downhill for me and some of my other friends, I have a hard time trying to go fitting back in with said another art community. And then the other side is I don't like what I see with our communities that exist. They sound very toxic. They don't sound very encouraging. They just like to talk down. I know to some degree it's considered satire and, oh, it's a joke. But artists, not all of them, but a good chunk of them, myself included, would take them criticisms to heart, especially if they're really harsh and really mean. And sometimes we can't tell when certain criticisms are, or insults, dare I say, could be a joke. And so, and I also hear that a lot of art communities can be toxic, but I do know there are good ones out there. It's just, I haven't found them yet, or they don't want to be found. Who knows? But at the same time, I just had to settle. And people think of settling as a bad thing. And I think it depends on the context and what's been going on with that kind of solution. But I don't think settling into what the hell I'm doing is entirely a bad thing. Especially when I'm making different kinds of things. I like making the different kinds of things, and I get something great in the end. So that's just my approach to it, but that does not mean it works for everyone. There are some people who really need that community. They need that support. And I get that feeling too. I totally understand that. But I think with me, I also, because I don't talk to a lot of people in real life, I do feel a lot drained when I have to encounter new people. But if I've known you for a handful of years already, and we do realize we do have some common mindsets and interests and manner of speaking, I guess, then I don't mind as much. Oh my God, that pink is such an eyesore now. I thought it'd be okay, but then I changed my mind and went for more neutral tones, and this is not working out. Okay, so I am unsure about this. Oh, thank you for the like. Arg, see? This is too neon. Well, let's... Geez, this is kind of... It looks like this one. It's not that different, so let me... Yeah, it's kind of... I don't know. This system's ugly. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is just websites or apps that had potential to join that are art related. Should I try anyway? I am hesitant. Yeah, never mind. It's so ugly. It's not what I'm going for. That's why I'm not very keen on that kind of pink right now. If it's what I need, like neon pinks, then yes, but not a. Okay, so I gotta use Old Reliable here. I was avoiding it because it's a bit chunky, and I tried to avoid it, but now it's the inevitable. I don't have other choice. So yeah, I guess painting thing. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's toned down though, so that's a relief. It's just these are so tiny. Yeah, I think the more subdued are a lot more consistent with the theme of this cat. And then I will fix it off camera. I hope YouTube stays on. Please stay on. Laylee's been cutting me off. I'm pissed off. I'm trying. Rather likes to decide, you know what? You don't have to be. I'm not ready yet. I'm sorry, I'm unhinged. It just helps me cope with not talking to people on a regular basis. Oh gosh, what's going on there? Oh. I'm looking for more magnet tiles. When you're done with it, make sure you put them back in the bags, okay? I don't want to see a big chaos of strewn about Normandy-esque magnet tiles all over the floor, okay? I don't need that. Sorry, because of my husband. My husband's the one who's more interested in war things. I end up overhearing some of it. I hear the lectures. I get it. I am tired, but then some things stick to my head, like Normandy. Or, again, the Korean War stuff. And I do know a lot more of those things than most people on there. I actually went to the site where Americans bombed that bridge. I visited that very bridge. It's still there as a memorial of things that went down that time. I wish I was joking. It was my date night. And they have lights on. Oh, yeah, please. I didn't put that there. And then they also have a museum in dedication to the Korean War in Dandong City. Yes, I went to that too. Another date night. I mean, they did have some interesting things, don't get me wrong. Just it was kind of interesting that I realized I went to those things. And then I am showing war shorts based on that Korean War. So it's just weird how things turn out in life, I think. Okay, so this, oh gosh, this is kind of a bit chunky. Can I smush it around a bit? A little bit. Okay, so there's the cat with the babies. It's still rough, but I will fix it off camera, unfortunately. But I just wanted to get the colors down. That is the important thing. As long as I know what the colors are, I'm good to go. As for this little baby, oh my gosh, this is so freaking cute. Whoa. Okay, I will, since my kid has vacation, I can be a bit loungy here and there. I'll just try to paint him a little bit. This one's a little orange cat, but I'll brighten the colors a little bit with the apricot. And I know people don't like dealing with Apple Barrel or the Walmart brand of Walmart. I don't care enough. And if it works, it works. I know it should be fine. However, some people don't like that. And so they like, I want quality-based paints and this and that. And blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, you it's your money. You do that then. What I want. So this is what I decided. And it still held up pretty long, surprisingly, much longer than these. These open them. This I'm pretty sure I had this when I was still dating my husband, I think. I don't know. I forgot, but it's seriously longer lasting than this sucker here, so I'm not that mad for Apple Barrel. At Apple Barrel, I mean. Oh, his little face. Like growing up, I was not into cute things. Especially when I was younger. I wanted to be a cool kid. Whatever that means. I didn't even know exactly what cool kid is, but I assumed it's the total opposite of being feminine and girly. So I would just opt for comic books like my oldest brother, video games like my second older brother, wearing tomboyish clothes when tomboy was actually a term. I don't think that term exists anymore. They use other things I don't understand and I refuse to understand. I don't want to think that hard anymore. And so I wore more boyish clothing, and that does not mean no, I favored girls. That's not the case. I still like boys. I mean, I am married to my husband, but at the same time, I grew up for many years not liking cute things, even though I did grow up with Sanrio things for a time. But then I think especially around grade 6 to around high school age, I started to disregard anything cute. I preferred, comic books, sci-fi stuff, horror things, video games to some degree. But I was not super active in those kinds of activities, like watching horror movies actively. But I appreciated the art rather, as well as game arts like Soul Blade and Resident Evil and all that sort of stuff. But at the same time, I just like to draw that stuff as fashion. And I did notice I would garner more attention when I did those art things and made friends with my art stuff. So I didn't have to initiate conversation. I would just be drawing on the corner and they'd like, oh, that's so cool. When did you do that? And I was like, oh, I just did that like 10 minutes ago. Really? And then they just go on and we just start talking about all sorts of things. And then later on, they would start asking me, oh, can you draw this for me? And so that would start a whole other thing of people asking me to draw them stuff, mostly for free. And yeah. Art also helped me garner friends in a way where we didn't have much in common at first, but then when they find out and they like what I draw, then I'm like, oh, thanks. And then this is blah, 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 blah. And then they would ask me, oh, can you draw this instead? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I never tried, but I can. And so I would, and then they would really like it most of the time. But then, yeah, I kind of wonder, like, if I didn't have art, I probably would not have any friends because I didn't really have much of anything worth being a friend, I guess, especially, I don't know, because when I drew things, it would draw people's attention. If I didn't have art, I also worried that I had nothing worth contributing to. Like, what else is there? I guess it became, like, I guess a part of my identity where I was the artist, which was weird because I don't really seriously thought of myself as an artist in more recent years. As for back then, I guess I was just pigeonholed into that just because that's what that's what I've been drawing. Okay, so now I got the base coat of this. It's not the best, and I was too lazy to wash out the paint, but that's okay. Not really, but I can fix it. So this is what I have. Oh, it's so cute. I love sleepy little babies. And that applies to people too, like little sleepy babies, because my son had this sleepy face. It's so cute. And they're just like, oh. Okay, so unfortunately today was not too productive in terms of really detailed, really larger scaled art, but I don't mind as much. This was more like a prototype test as to what I can do with these kinds of new cards that I have, card/sticker that I have. And these are not too bad. I kind of like them. I like that this one might be a bit limiting because the surface area is way tinier than this one, but I think we could work something out, and that's not always a bad thing. Especially if later down the line I just start drawing regular things, but it's a much smaller scale. I mean, look at the cards I work with, right? Card, where are you? Like, sorry, Huang. See, like, this is the basic standard that I have. This is half of that, less than half of that size. So this in itself would be quite a challenge to work on unless I just do tinier art, which I have been doing in the tiny sketchbooks I did a while ago on here, right? Inside, there's a sketchbook inside. So yes, this is also a ridiculous challenge. So this is my art challenge, apparently, on a sticker card sort of thing. And this is another sort of challenge. So you can kind of compare and contrast what kind of surface area I'm working with. This is still kind of small unless I paint the white surface base a bit bigger and make the border thinner. That's not too bad. So these are some interesting cards I decided to buy, but I also don't mind the challenge, especially if the results are pretty damn cute. Does this count as cute? I don't know, but he is quite pouty. So yeah, testing out these cards so far is pretty good. I may make this like maybe not the entire duration of future videos, but I'll consider it. So I'm sorry this was so small, and I'm just yammering on like a whole chatterbox. That's uncharacteristic of me, but I did have a lot of fun making these, and oh, this face is so freakishly cute. I love it. And these little jelly bean babies, I also like this too. So yes. And if you're unaware of what kind of stuff that I have been drawing on a regular basis, so the last card I did for the Cherry Blossom series, if you're unaware, I have this. This is Battle Angel Alita. She was in, well, the manga, obviously, I guess. But I wanted to draw her, but I wanted the hair. I wanted everything pink, but it did not capture just the depth of whatever's going on in here. And so that's what I did. So I add pink and brown to the bunch of color schemes that I have. It's not too bad, but it's okay. And other things that I painted, well, just check out the rest of my channel. You'll see the general gist of it if you're also curious. I'm going to wrap things up right now just because around this time, YouTube doesn't like me, my internet doesn't like me, and I want some kind of clean break. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you for actually sticking around. Thank you for the likes. And also thank you for the 30 point something K. I seriously appreciate it. I know I should have said that in the beginning, but I was a bit frazzled that I was late, and I'm so sorry for that. Thank you for your patience. So have a great rest of your Wednesday, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.